What we found in the orchard. My grandfather left me 60 acres of dead apple orchard when he passed. Nobody in the family wanted it. The trees hadn't produced fruit in 11 years, the farmhouse was falling in on itself, and everyone said the land was off. That was the word they used. Off. Nobody could explain what they meant by it. They just stopped visiting. I went out there anyway, that first autumn, to see what I'd inherited before I sold it. The orchard was worse than I expected. Rows and rows of bare, twisted trees, black bark, no leaves, even though it wasn't late enough in the year for that. The grass beneath them was yellow-white, like it had been salted. And near the back corner, half buried under root and dirt, I found the box. Iron, roughly the size of a shoebox, rusted almost solid. No lock, no markings except a shallow carving on the lid. A circle with 5 uneven lines radiating out from the center, like a child's drawing of the sun. Except every line ended in a small carved hand. I should have left it there. I know that now. I pried it open with a tire iron. Inside was dirt. Just dirt. Packed tight. And beneath that, a single tooth. Not an animal's. A human molar, yellowed with age, wrapped in a thread of what looked like braided hair. There was a note, too, folded so many times it had turned to felt. Half the ink had bled away with moisture, but I could still make out a few lines in old, cramped handwriting. Buried where it will not walk. Do not wake what feeds the ground. If found, return it deeper than you found it, and do not look back on the walk out. I didn't believe in any of it, obviously. I took the tooth and the note back to the farmhouse to research later, and I left the box where it was, in the dirt, open. That was the mistake. Not taking it, leaving it open. That night, I woke up at 3 a.m. to the sound of something walking through the orchard. Slow, dragging steps, like feet that didn't fully lift off the ground between strides. I told myself it was a deer. Deer don't sound like that. Deer don't stop directly outside your window and stand there. I looked out. Nothing. Just the black trees swaying in wind that wasn't blowing anywhere else. But there were footprints in the frost the next morning. Bare feet, leading from the orchard's back corner, right where I'd left the box, up to the farmhouse porch, and stopping directly under my bedroom window. I should have left that day. Instead, stupidly, stubbornly, I decided to research the carving first. I drove into town, found the local historical society, and asked an old woman there about orchards, old landmarkers, anything with a 5-fingered sun symbol. She went very quiet. Then she asked where exactly I'd found it. When I told her, she said my grandfather's land used to be a boundary orchard, land old settlers planted deliberately at the edge of townships, because something about fruit trees was supposed to keep certain things contained to one side of the property line. Contained, she said. Not killed. Contained. She told me the tooth was likely a marker, an offering buried to keep whatever the trees were containing asleep, and that whoever wrote that note had known, if the marker's ever unburied and left open,
it doesn't stay contained anymore. I went back to the orchard to rebury it. I told myself I could fix this before dark. I didn't make it before dark. By the time I reached the back corner, the sun was already down, and the box was gone. Not stolen. Gone. Like it had simply sunk into the earth on its own. The dirt around the hole smoothed flat, like a hand had pressed it closed from below. And the footprints were there again. Fresh ones. Bare feet, leading in a slow circle around me, like something had been walking loops in the dark. While I stood frozen, watching the empty ground where the box used to be. I ran back to the farmhouse. Didn't look behind me. I remembered the note, "Do not look back on the walkout." And some instinct in me obeyed it, even though I never followed the rest of the note's instructions. I locked every door, every window. I sat in the kitchen with every light on until sunrise. Nothing happened that night. I thought maybe I'd gotten lucky. But the next morning, on the kitchen table, sitting exactly where I'd left my coffee cup the night before, was the tooth. Clean. No dirt on it at all. Like it had never been buried at all. I sold the land within the week for far less than it was worth, to a buyer who didn't ask a single question about why the price was so low. I didn't ask why he wanted it either. I still have the tooth. I don't know why I kept it, instead of throwing it out or burying it somewhere new. Some nights, I think about mailing it back to that empty farmhouse, leaving it on the porch, walking away, and never looking back. Other nights, I just listen for footsteps outside my window, and I wonder how far something is willing to walk to get back what was taken from it, like it had simply decided to come inside. If you enjoyed this story, please like, subscribe, and follow the channel for more terrifying stories. And don't forget to share this video with your friends, because everyone deserves a little nightmare. Stay scared and keep watching.